hate your traffic, but I love you.
Ahora de Cuba la Bella, del Palacio los Jugos.
Los chicharrones.
Los vecinos aquí se enteran de todo.
Mi vecina es la CDR en Cuba.
Y en verdad no hay nothing that you can do. Chacleteras sin llames con corbata.
Aquí yo vendo hot dog, pero en Cuba yo era médico.
Les saco el dedo y digo Q. Sweet home Hialeah. Solo 30 minutos de Le Bayo. Oh, sweet home Hialeah. I hate your traffic, but I love you.
All right. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm Bobby El Gringo. Usually Bobby Finn's talk, but El Gringo here because obviously growing up in Hialeah, I was the El Gringo. My partner in crime is not here yet. He says he's going to be a couple minutes, and well, there he is. Of course he is. He's right there. Let's get him in there. PG, I see you're there, brother. In the comments, good to see you for the first time. We appreciate you, man. It was awesome finally getting to meet you, talk Miami Dolphins. We're going to talk Miami Dolphins tonight. We're going to talk some Miami Heat catching up on Damian Lillard. We're going to talk Leo Messi. So much to talk about, and then just talk about life, man. So sit back, enjoy. Hey, maybe if you're available, you could pop on in, and you could talk about life too. Talk about where you're from and go from there. Alex is getting himself ready, but like I said, today we are talking Miami Dolphins. We're going to talk about the 53-man roster. Of course, we got training camp is coming up. Preseason is in August. We're right around the corner. Everybody's excited. I just had a great conversation on Dolphins Thirsty site on YouTube show. Thank you. Grandma's in the house and saying it's Nick's birthday today. My brother Nick, it's his birthday. My birthday's on the 28th. So thank you, Graham. Love you. We are 2 subscribers away from 900 total, which is so awesome. We're at 898. So anybody, again, this is Eats 10th Street Boys, straight out of Hialeah on the Fids Talk Sports Network. Smash that like and subscribe button. Okay. And let's get to 900. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get this movement going. But talking about the Miami Dolphins, we just had a great conversation on Dolphins Thirsty's YouTube show. And if you haven't gone there, go check it out. Go check out DG Live's YouTube channel as well. A lot of great stuff, a lot of great content on there. But we were talking about the running back situation. We were talking about the schedule. I discussed the schedule on Saturday on Fids Talk today with Fish Tank Hank. We had Big Ian Berger on, and we went game by game talking about the schedule, and I had him going 11-6. My co-host there, Fish Tank Hank, had 15-2. The show I was on there, the show I was just on, Steve Malloy has it 11-6. I think Rob also has it 11-6. Papa Paul, which was really cool to meet, he has it 12-5. And DG, you know what? I'll drop you the link right now, brother. I'll send it to your Twitter. While we're waiting for Alex to pop in, and we'll get you in here, but let's talk. Let me see what Alex is saying here. Coming on in 2 minutes. It must be nice. And, let me just explain to everybody for my late co-host. This is how it kind of is, he's coming in with the Cuban entrance. It's the late entrance. We say we're going to be there by 8, but we get there at 8:30 when everybody's already arrived. It's kind of like that, grand entrance. That's what he's doing right now. He is totally just delaying everything. So while I'm waiting on him, what I am going to do, let me go ahead and let me pop this, get my link here, and I will invite DG because we're going to talk about the 53-man roster. I know Alex, he follows the Miami Dolphins, but he's not, with the 53, he's not good with it. But to have DG live with us here, I think that would be pretty cool. Him and I could go back and forth. Alex could give his 2 cents, and then we'll talk, and then we'll just be an impromptu guest. I love it. So let me go ahead and give me a second, DG. I'm going to shoot it to you right now. Let me find you in my Twitter, brother. Let's see here. The one and only. All right. I hear Alex's wife. God. Oh, there. I hear Alex. Hold on. Let me get him in here. And I just
What's up, my man?
Hey, well, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, brother? I had to be on time. It's 9:10. I'm early still. I got
Yeah,
another minute.
it's on Cuban time. You're early, dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
how you guys doing? What's up, Miami?
I'm doing good, brother. I started the show, obviously about 6 minutes ago. I was like, I'm not gonna make him wait.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
First
Shit,
off,
I look like Travis Kelce's little brother right now. Holy shit.
You do. You look. We got a special guest, impromptu special guest. I'm excited. I just got a chance to. I've talked to him through DM a couple times, but I just had a show with him. DG Live, Alex.
Okay.
And we're gonna introduce him to East 10th Street. This is East 10th Street, boys. We grew up on 10th Street in Hialeah.
Backdrop real quick.
And he is about to enter East 10th Street. Let me go ahead and put the 3-person window. Let's get him there. There's DG right there. What's up, DG? How you doing, brother? Is he there? Is he frozen?
Did he froze it? Hello? Oh, man. We lost DG.
It's a Hialeah connection. I knew it.
I'm done.
You're good, brother.
Oh, I can hear you guys now.
Good.
We got the same internet.
I can hear you guys.
I didn't get a chance to ask you, where are you from, brother? Are you from Miami? He's frozen up there. We'll let him get.
Come right back.
You're good, brother. Go ahead. Come right back. We got you. We'll let him roll in. He'll come right back in.
Okay, I'm starting to see a trend here. There's something about Mondays here in Miami. Why is it that every Monday our internet is glitchy? The headphones don't work. I'm like, what's going on, man?
He was just fine. He was on another show right now. Yeah,
so it's our show.
It's our show. It's something against Hialeah.
Am I glitchy right now, or can you hear me?
No, you're perfect.
Good.
Right now,
good?
you are clean as a whistle. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I tried.
As we wait for DG to pop back in, first off, how you doing, brother?
I'm tired. I'm really tired.
What were you doing?
I was finishing the finishing touches on the bathroom. So it's been a 3-week project, and we're finally coming close to the end. So.
Got you.
Okay. Oh, he's good now. We can see
and now your microphone just went staticky.
Oh, bro.
You see? So, DG, very quick, brother. I just want to know, where are you located at? Are you in Miami?
I'm located not too far from you guys. I'm located in Palm Beach County.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, not too far off. Not too far. We both grew up in Hialeah. Alex is currently in Doral. I moved to near Nashville, Tennessee. But my family's still in Hialeah there. So this is a Hialeah type theme show. We talk about growing up in Miami. Obviously, we talk about everything from Heat, Dolphins. We talk obviously Marlins, Inter Miami, and then we talk life. So this is impromptu, so this is awesome to have you on. So you get to kind of understand that, obviously we have a lot of fun on here. So we'll talk growing up Miami, and you could give us your story as well. So very cool to have you, brother.
What's up, 234-232? Bro, we gotta switch his name.
We gotta give him a name. 234-232.
Yeah, you need a real name.
Let's call him numbers. Just call him.
It's always good to see you, man. I'm always happy that when you're on. But my goodness, that's hard. Steve Malloy in the house. Just saw him.
What's good, Steve?
So very quick, let me just go ahead and introduce everybody again to East 10th Street Boys. You got Alex the Boy, Bobby El Gringo, and DG Live in the house. East 10th Street Boys straight out of Hialeah on the Fitz Talk Sports Network. DG, let me explain this. So I'm Bobby El Gringo on this show because that's what I was called. When Alex and I grew up together on the same street, best friends, brothers. Alex, how many years now? How long have we known each other?
We met. I was 5 and you were 4. So
wow,
30 years.
30 plus years. And so because I'm 35 this week, so there you go, 31 years. So we called him Alex the Boy because my sister was Alexandra. So we had to, for whatever reason, we called him Alex the Boy instead of Alex A.
Okay.
And then he called his parents, because I was, even though I'm half Puerto Rican, I was the gringo. I was the white American, so they call me gringo. So I'm Bobby El Gringo.
No, we will call them like los Americanitos.
Oh, man. I wish I knew Spanish.
It's basically the Americanitos is like the Americans, but like in miniature tone, for example. Like
the Americans.
The Americans. So like they were like, hey, where are you going? I'm going to the Americans' house.
Scotty, good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. I have a running way too early 53. That's what I have. I have a 53-man roster. It is still early because, hey, players could fall preseason. People get cut.
Injuries.
We don't know Dalvin Cook. We don't know what's going to happen with that situation. But pretty much know that with the roster we have currently, how the 53 may turn out. So we're going to start off talking about the Dolphins. That's going to be our main headline, but let me talk about Alex. I want to talk this with you. And then DG, you're down there, brother. You're experiencing it. Inter Miami, Leo Messi. What a debut. 2-1. I watched that game live. I was producing not Huddle Up and Wait Now. It's the Food Bar Sports Show. And I was going nuts. It was the first time I actually sat down watching an MLS game. I've seen, the World Cup, but this is my first time. And what an atmosphere. Alex, let me ask you, man. You were tuning in, and then DG will follow up with you, brother. But Alex, were you watching live when that game was going on?
Oh, absolutely, man. That was a you can't miss. You're always going to remember where you were, because it's funny because it's relayed with Beckham when he came in 2007. That's the last signature signing. You've gotten a few more. Thierry Henry, Slottin when he went to the Galaxy, but this one is seismic because it's Messi, man. And you see the effects of just look at their Instagram page. They're like the third most followed, I believe the second or the third most followed team in all of professional sports. So, and this is the effect of the World Cup coming in 2026. MLS could be arguably one of the most popular leagues in the United States when it comes to the World Cup, and it's going to open up so many things. That's why he's worth every single penny. That's why it was a partnership with MLS, with Adidas, with Apple TV, because I understand the seismic move. I mean, you saw that. This is a stadium in Fort Lauderdale that holds 16,000 people or less, and media from that people do not understand the magnitude of the persona who it's Lionel Messi and what it's going to move. Not only for Miami, we're lucky because it's here in Miami, and obviously the relationships are important with Beckham, Mas backing him up, and I believe Iniesta signed as well. Jordi Alba is coming. You saw the difference in talent and what we were lacking in Inter Miami, but this just opens up the United States to soccer firsthand. Premier League type soccer. And Bob, it's just the effects around when you hear them, even in the city. If you drive around here, there is a Messi poster or a Messi billboard every corner. Every bus stop is a Messi picture.
Right now,
Stephen
Lloyd just said Messi is my favorite soccer player.
Oh,
right now, he's my Suarez. Yeah, I saw something. I was trying to find it today that Miami's about to sign someone. And you see very quick, and we'll get to DG, that Saudi Arabia is they're offering like almost 800,000 for Kylian.
No, 800 million.
Oh, I mean 800 million. I'm sorry, 800 million. I'm sorry,
30 million buyout.
Coño.
I'm telling you, bro.
But did you hear what they're saying? That he'd rather sit on the bench for Paris than to play with them. That's what he said.
He's too young to go over. Honestly, that's just a money move.
They're just desperate. They wanted to get Messi.
Of course.
But it was such a moment. And let me just say, Scotty, if your first time tuning in, brother, what Alex has is called the Hialeah mic. So that's why it's static. Just that way, it's a part of the show until he can actually afford a better.
And what Tati said, this is 100% true. That's why people don't see it. People might not see it now, but this is an investment that you're going to see for a decade, 2 decades. It's going to change everything.
So DG, man, did you get a chance to watch that game live?
I'm not the biggest soccer person, but I did pay attention to Lionel Messi, signing with them.
Yes.
And I seen the effects already, even with football. It kind of reminds me when we traded for Tyreek Hill. And, how it brought ticket sales all to the Miami Dolphins. Now season tickets, there's a 5,000 wait list. 5,000 people on the wait list for season tickets. So I feel like Lionel Messi could do the same thing for Miami. And if we get Damian Lillard, he probably could do the same thing for the Miami Heat.
I'm just saying, hey, Tyreek Hill, Messi, Dame Lillard, if it finally goes down, when it goes down, Marlins need to follow suit.
It's just a matter of
and we got Kachuk on the flip of him. But the Marlins, they need to go get Shanti Otani. They need to go get Otani. And then we're good. Guys.
We're good.
we hit a little skid now. That's okay. That's okay.
So it's just, that's the thing. You don't even have to be really I was never into soccer growing up. I was never into, or I don't know if you want to call it football or whatever. I call it soccer,
Football.
But football. But
which funny note, that was my first sport, Bob.
Was it really?
That's the first organized sport I played. Before I went into baseball and basketball,
Well,
I played soccer.
Yeah, you're Hispanic, so I get it. It's usually
Hispanic.
I was right into football. You were like soccer. I know. Then it's baseball. Then you figured, basketball's pretty fun. But anyway, even if not following soccer, I didn't follow soccer growing up. I didn't really get into soccer until really I lived with my wife, and when her family was really into the World Cup. And I started watching the game I watched. Of course, they were into every Spanish team, whatever team was in. They wanted their main team, but then once that team was lost, it was okay. Whatever team is from Latin America, or Latin country. But for me, the game I watched that really got me into it was Paris with France. Excuse me, with France with Mbappe, whatever. I can't pronounce his last name. I remember how fast he was, and just watching. I was like, dude, this dude is special, and that's what got me into it. And since then, I got the game. I started playing it on Xbox and everything else. And I got really, and then of course with Messi coming to Miami. Is now it's getting me into watching MLS, and I'm watching this game and I'm into it and I'm going crazy. When he got almost penalty, we got a penalty, then he got a penalty kick and made the kick. This is going to make people like myself, like DG, that don't really follow soccer, but we're aware of it. But it's going to make us extra aware. It's going to make people go, "Hey, wait a second!" Especially if you're in Miami and you're going, "Hey, man, this is my home team. I gotta watch." And then if they can make a difference, maybe not this season, but next season. You're going to make all these new soccer fans. It is a great marketing move. And even he might fizzle. Scotty, he might end up, he's Messi, though. He's the greatest. But even if he did, it's already made that impact that it's supposed to make.
But, Bob, you saw the moment. You saw the game, Bob? You told me? Or no? Did you see it?
I watched it, yeah.
You watch it. Did you see the part when Messi comes in where the talent disparity is automatic, and he's not in pinpoint shape right now. This is technically his off season. Now, the one that people are not going to talk about as much, but one of the most important signings, which is almost obviously Messi, is the marketing part. Yeah. But in the actual pitch play is Busquets. Busquets is going to organize everything. Sergio Busquets. The moment they came in, you saw the difference, you saw the disparity that's on in MLS, which the talent now. There's a lot of talented kids in the United States that have never been soccer players or soccer fans. This is going to open up. I'm talking about in every aspect, in your cities, everything. The exposure to soccer is going to be massive. And you can argue that the promotion for a lot of people, even for football, we love football. But a lot of I'm coaching young kids, and a lot of parents are going away from football sometimes due to the injury concerns, the problem, the concussion issues, and don't be surprised if a lot of talented kids go on and shift over to soccer, even from baseball and basketball. And obviously, you see the payday. It's kind of like the running back situation, Bob. What's going on right now? That's a big thing. If you're a kid right now, a high school kid, and he's a stud running back, you're going to start trying to maybe we should switch positions because we see where this is going. You're not going to get paid for your sacrifice. So it's part of the evolution of the sport, which is insane.
And it's a great point. I mean, just talking about what with Saquon Barkley, and of course it's
that's
the whole
ridiculous,
transition,
man.
But what's going on with those guys? That type of talent. You look at Dalvin Cook, who had 1,000 yards in 3 seasons. I mean, it's not like he's some lame duck back who's a free agent. And you're going, I hope he could be a guy again. No, this guy's ran for 1,000 yards in consecutive seasons, but he can't even get more than $4 million. The Dolphins offered him a contract for $4 million. It's like,
that is insane.
What?
There's no way your defensive lineman should be making $25 million a year or $30 million a year, and your running back is signing his franchise tag. Is it true? I read this. Is it true that the franchise tag is the same amount for a running back that it was 10 years ago or something like that? That it hasn't gone up?
Yeah. That I'm not sure. Is it true, Gigi?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Man. That's
dude.
impossible.
Mm-hmm.
That is impossible, man.
So let's very quick. We're gonna get into Dolphins right now because that's the main topic. So we're gonna go back and forth. And DG, I don't know if you had a chance or in your hired with a 53-man roster, but I have some graphics. I'll put them up there. You tell me, hey man, this guy might be, I think this is good, or hey, you're missing someone. We'll go back and forth. But before that, let's catch up, Alex, on Damian Lillard. What's going on with the Heat right now? Alex hosts our Fast Break basketball show, which is on tomorrow night's DG.
Okay.
Yeah, he talks Miami Heat, NBA. So Alex, fill us in very quick on what's going on with the Heat situation.
Well, man, this is typically what we've talked about since the beginning, Bob. It comes down to a situation where you're just standing. You have two teams, obviously, in a standstill. You have Miami, which is going to stand its ground. They're going to stand their ground. It just comes to a point where when is Cronin going to realize this is what I have to do, this is what I have to make, because I have no other moves. There is going to be no secondary offers. There are teams willing to make this deal work. I believe Cronin is still going through the grieving process, I guess, per se, because it's the realization now. A lot of things have come out, like what I sent you with Twitter. The understanding, a lot of people. What I love about Damian Lillard, he's made his request, he's made his demands public, but he's kept quiet aside from that. He's thrown little things here and there, but we don't know. We got to peel back everything because there's a piece missing here. Someone was misled some way, somehow, and it seems to be that Damian Lillard was
you
misled.
Sent me that video. That's true.
Exactly.
That was the Portland podcast.
Yes,
where
correct.
they
so it's not us being biased. It's the Portland podcast.
No, but it's so obvious that the Trailblazers butchered this. I mean, the whole situation.
I understand, and even today, Austin Rivers talking shit about it's
I didn't see that. I saw he was saying something, but I don't know.
Dude, I didn't. You got to be subconscious. You got to be conscious of what you're saying. Austin Rivers, when he was traded to the Suns, he didn't report. He wasn't gonna report to the Suns. He didn't want to go there until he was traded to another team. I believe he was traded again or bought out. So I'm like, and now he's talking shit about Damian Lillard. He's like, this is bad for the league when stars do this. I'm like, bro, you did the same thing. You got traded to Suns and you refused to report. Just shut up, man. Just comment when Damian Lillard comes out and has an interview and all the details come out, then you can give your opinion. Because at the end of the day,
he hasn't said nothing. He just lets his agent do the talking. Yeah,
he let the agent do the talking. It's the subliminal things here and there. These are one of those things, Bob. Like everybody knows what's going to happen. It just has to become a formality. And what sucks, honestly, is for the Tyler Hero situation, because he knows most likely he's going to be traded. So this if you're not careful, this fractures certain relationships here and there. And if you have to come into training camp for Hero, then that whole situation, how is it going to play out? So right now, basketball comes into the dead month where nothing really happens right now. So probably by late August, I want to say this might drag it to the second week of August, third week of August, but they're going to try to get it done before September. I'm pretty sure it comes to a point where Andy and Pat, Andy Ellisberg is the one that handles those GM calls.
Yeah.
He'll touch base look, man, I'm pretty sure right now the Heat are just waiting back because they gave Cronin some space. Go find whatever you want, man. Take whatever time you want. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to lose any free agents. We have our targets. If you notice, Christian Wood hasn't signed with anybody. Kelly Oubre hasn't signed with anybody. There's a lot of still veteran minimum contracts available, and people haven't signed yet. So that tells you, once the Dame Lillard domino falls, then the rest of the league will sign.
Yep.
Look at that, man. That is insane. 10.1 10 years ago, and this year's 10.9. That is unbelievable.
DG, before we get back to that, let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on the whole Damian Lillard situation? Are you a fan of the Miami Heat? Are you a fan of basketball?
Oh, yes. I'm a fan of the Miami Heat. Right after LeBron left, I kind of stayed away from following them. But after last season, I seen what Eric Spoelstra did for the team. He brought us all the way to the finals. So that's crazy to me with the roster that we had. We don't have those all-star players, but we did it.
Yep.
We did it. So how I feel about Damian Lillard, I've been hearing that it's supposed to happen, and I'm hearing Tyler Hero's going to be involved regardless. Mm-hmm. But they're just looking for that third team. I'm not too sure who's that third team that they're talking to. That's the situation right now, right?
Yeah, it's a third team or possibly four teams, but I think Brooklyn is the most obvious.
Just waiting for Portland. Everybody's just waiting for Portland.
It's just Portland. Once Portland says, okay, I'll do it. That's when it happens.
People are going to jump on Tyler Hero because you're going to acquire him below market value.
Yeah.
You're going to get a 23-year-old.
Hey, I can't believe people are making him out like he's trash. It's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, my God. Did you saw that they put Kevin Huter, I think is his last name?
That's when you know people
Tyler Hero,
behind the scenes, like an agent or executive from another team saying, "Hey, do me a favor. You make this story, put this guy above this guy, lower his value for me. You know, whether that's Cronin calling Roge or whatever, and trying to work the details."
And Bob, like I told you, I've said this to him many times. We're never going to see the final progression of Tyler Hero live here in Miami.
Yeah,
people are going to appreciate Tyler Hero more when he's gone, and they see the evolution. He's always been a class act with the city. He's always represented the city well. He's always been involved with the community. He's been in trade rumors, and if you think about it, it's been for Harden, KD, now Dame Lillard. So, and he's handled everything as a professional. He's come off the bench, won 6 Man of the Year. So I've said this many times, and I'll say it again. I'm gonna miss him. I understand that's the cost of what we have, but we're still gonna get Damian Lillard below market value, which a couple years ago, Bob, me and you would have been sitting down talking about this. We're like, there's no way.
No way.
There's no way Dame Lillard comes at 32, 33, still coming off his best year. Mm-hmm. And we got him for what? For 4 first-round picks, Tyler Hero in a contract match? I'm like, nah, man.
Exactly. It's gonna be if and when it goes down, you're talking Lillard on the Heat, you're talking Messi on Inter Miami, you got Tyreek Hill, who was traded last year. I said it before and I'll say it again. Miami's becoming the city of superstars, sports superstars, and so it's just an exciting time to be a Miami fan, a Miami sports fan, and it's, more than anything, a Miami Dolphins fan. So we're gonna touch on that. And what's up, Cap? Good to see you, Cap for life. Everyone's still tuning in. We appreciate you, whether you're watching on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Miami FC.
Miami FC. There you go.
Yeah, Miami FC. Inter Miami and Miami FC. Miami FC plays at Tropical Park.
There you go.
FIU Stadium, I think.
All right. So let me see here. Make sure I got everything perfect. So let's go ahead and touch on. Yeah. Cap is everywhere, man. Cap is one of the most dedicated. He's on every one of our shows. DG, man, we got obviously Saturday. We started off with Finstock today, which is Miami Dolphins. Me and Fish Tank Hank. We were just on a panel with him. Monday we got Beer and Sports. Then we got East 10th Street Boys. Tuesday we got Real Talk Finstock, and which is another Dolphins show. Then we got our basketball show, which is Alex at 9. Wednesday we got fantasy football. Thursday, 8. Calm down. Just 8:30,
bro.
Take it easy,
man.
bro. Hold on.
Come on, man.
Sorry, like you're actually gonna get there on time. By the time you start the show, it's usually 9 o'clock. Wednesday we got fantasy football. Thursday we got wrestling. Yeah, and then Friday we got the Food Bar Sports Show, but they go every other week. So we're pretty, we keep it going here. Yeah, man. And Cap is on every show, so we always appreciate Cap. Let's talk Dolphins. Okay. Everybody's talked about Dalvin Cook. We're waiting on that situation. We know what the situation is looking like. Supposedly Miami's offers $4 million. He ain't happy about it. He wants to play in Miami, but Miami's kind of strapped. And Miami's saying, hey, we know we're comfortable with what we have. Paraphrasing, Miami's comfortable with our running back situation. I think the Dolphins want to sign Dalvin Cook, but they're not going to overpay for Dalvin Cook. So it's kind of like a cat and mouse game. Everybody has an opinion. I've seen people say, they believe Miami's going to go 15-2, like Fish Tank Hank says. We did Alex on Saturday. We did our record predictions with Big E, and we went game by game. I have Miami going 11-6 this year. Okay, last year I had them going in 10-7. Everybody called me crazy. We went 9-8. Yeah. But this year I go it's 11-6.
Got them 13-4.
You got the 13-4. There you go. So everybody has it, but I've seen people say, hey, even the writers and this who follow Miami, I forgot. I think it's Omar had it 9-8, I believe.
Omar
again.
Kelly.
Yeah, I think he had
9-8 again.
9-8 again. And the Fubar Sports Show, they were talking about how Miami's a team to take a step back. They think they think that with the offensive line and whatever. And listen, I said, look.
Are we seeing the wrong things, man?
Probably.
Seeing the wrong things.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. What's up, Moya? Me, Alex. Alex, you've come at me. Even I was talking about Hank. Hank hates the word realistic because I say, hey, I'm being realistic. When I said 10-6 last year, even though I do 11, I mean 10-7, and I said 11-6 this year. He's like, oh, Bobby being negative. 11-6 is not negative, but being realistic, you got to look at depth issues. Does Tua go down a game or two? I have it 15 games he's going to play this year. Things happen. There are some question marks on this football team, but. And I'm not, and our very own Dave Stanger would say, Bobby, don't get lost in your Dolphin binoculars, because but everybody knows that I am pretty fair with my opinion on Miami and expectations too, and so forth. I'm sorry, yes, I could see the flaws of this football team. I could go all day and tell you what we're missing, but this team doesn't have more flaws than they do have talent. This team is too talented to go anything below. Like, if you were to tell me a floor, okay, 9-8 could be a floor, but this team is not going 4 and whatever. This team's not the 4th best team in the division. I'm sorry, the Jets. Yes, I could see the headlines. I could see the sexy whatever. You got Aaron Rodgers. You got the whole team. It's very easy to say the Jets are going to be right there at number 1. The Jets are more than likely the team that could implode. Okay, because they are 2, 3, 4 games losing that everything just could blow up. Aaron Rodgers gets pissed off. They fire Robert Saleh. It could just blow. I ain't worried about the Jets. Okay, and that's it. And I do have the Dolphins and the Jets splitting the series. Again, I don't disrespect the Buffalo Bills. They're still the Bills. I do see Miami splitting the series with them. I ain't worried about the Patriots. Okay, so I have it 11-6. Alex, you have it 13 and no, you have it 13-4.
13-4, and the biggest season and the biggest reason in difference, like you mentioned, talent. Obviously, hiring Vic Fangio was huge. Defensively, you acquired a talent like Jalen Ramsey. You have solid. You don't have depth in all spots, but you have solid depth in the necessities. Linebacking core is still a question. Offensively, to me, I think we're going to take a huge step forward. The Tua development, but also Mike McDaniel's second year. You're going to see better clock management. You're going to see more of a run game. And even if you sign Cook or you don't sign Cook, you're going to see a balanced attack because you got another year of Jalen Waddle. You got Chance Anderson. I still call Robbie Anderson. I can't call him Chance. You got Anderson. So you have the dynamic and you have the potential to exceed expectations once again. Have probably the funnest offense in the league. Well, it could be the most productive offense in the league. And you got Mike McDaniel in his second year. So you're not going to see those rookie mistakes anymore. He's settled in. He has the maturity and he has the charisma. So,
and that's why, even though they went 9-8, I'm adding 2 wins. I believe that, instead of – that was a big thing with Miami. They were 80-20, not even, maybe 90-10 pass over the run. They need to be 60-40. They need to have – no matter if it's Raheem Mostert or Dalvin Cook, you need to focus on having a balanced attack.
When they ran. They were
That's right. So it was really a knock on McDaniel with the offense where when the offense stalled out because you're not dedicating to the run. You have the passing game. You have the best wide receiver in football, arguably. You got Jalen Waddle in company. Use them as decoys. Use the running game. I think this year they do that, and that's why I have it 11-6. DG, I didn't hear, and I apologize if in the last show you did say that before I came on. Do you have a record prediction so far?
Yeah, my prediction is 12-5.
12-5. Okay. So you and Paul, who was on there, both had 12-5. Hank had 15-2, and I think Rob and Steve were 11-6 as well. And then Alex is 13-4. Of course, he has to be different from everybody. That's how Alex is, DG. It's freaking annoying. I mean, I don't know, like, it's like, oh, hey, this is where everybody's kind of leaning. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go with 13-4. Okay, smart ass. It's like you had to
17-0. Suck it.
Yeah, he want to be different.
Ever since we were kids, he was like, I had Oreos. I was huge into Oreos, but he had to have the golden Oreos, and I was kind of like, I was like, come on, dude.
Golden. What are you talking about, Bob? They weren't even out when we were kids, dude.
You ate that Cuban store, that Walgreens version Oreo.
Hell
what
yeah.
you ate?
Cheap Oreos. Yeah.
That's right. You know what I'm talking about. But let's talk about the 53-man roster. Let's talk about the 53-man roster. Okay, 12-5 minimum. AFC champs, no excuses. Hey, this is a no excuse season. I agree with that. It's a no excuse. There's no more. It's on Tua this year. It's on everybody. There's too much talent on this roster to underachieve. You go to the playoffs and you win in the playoffs, okay. and yes, say you lose, they say, okay. But if you miss the playoffs or you're one and done, you're done. That's it. We gotta add. We gotta. It has this. The window is so small for the Dolphins because of the Tyreek Hill, and the window is so small. You got 1 or 2 seasons. You have to take advantage of that. So yeah, I'm with you guys. This is a no excuse season. Go ahead, Alex. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's crazy because in essence, the window is small because we keep talking about Tua, but this team is so young and they're built that realistically, this could be a 4, 5, 6 year window when you have all these guys in. Obviously, we know the contracts are not real. NFL contracts, just rip them up and start again. But you have your premier spots in Chubb, in obviously in Waddle, in Hill, Ramsey, Xavier Howard. You got them under contract for 3 to 4 years. Armstead as well. So I understand the importance of winning now, but this team, this core, is still young because it's not like the Rams. When the Rams acquired, when they got Matthew Stafford and all that, that was literally a 2-year run because you saw it. And Donald's about to retire if he hasn't retired in the offseason already. They just don't want to go to training camp. But I do feel that we have a 4 to 5 year window, as long, obviously, as Tua's productive and all that, because then it comes to the narrative. If he gets hurt, or like you just mentioned, Bob, one and done, we get to the playoffs, we lose a shootout, and then like we're there. But I understand we couldn't get over the hump. Like I wouldn't blow this whole thing up. If you lose in a shootout to like the Chiefs, I don't mind that because I know those are the top tiers in the division. Now, if we don't make the playoffs, or like if we get blown out in the first round, I can see that.
Well, again, like let's say for an instance, right? What's one of the main things you look at this football team that's a question mark and a concern is depth, is injuries, right? If this team has so much hype going in that let's say we miss the playoffs because Armstead is out for half the season, or Tua plays only 13 games again, and or whatever, Austin Jackson flames out. Even though I think he is going to be in for a good year this year. I believe in Austin Jackson.
I'm excited about Austin.
Not about Eichenberg, but Jackson. But let's just say that type of situation plays out, then, or Jalen Ramsey, God forbid, we gave up a lot for him and he gets hurt, then you're in danger of someone like Chris Greer losing his job, or this, because then a new generation, because it's like, yo, man, you gave up all this money, all this capital to put this team together that's supposed to win now. It's not about winning in the future. It's about winning right now in this window. And the guys that we're depending on, whether it's Tua, Armstead, Ramsey, whomever, and they fall and they get hurt, and because of their injuries, which we know they, not Ramsey but more Tua or Armstead, etc., and they get hurt, and we give them all this money, all this capital, and we're out of the playoffs, or we're one and done in the playoffs because they're not available for us. That's on you. You knew the concern because everybody knows the concern. So that's what I mean when I'm not saying blow up the roster. No, this roster is built to win. I mean, no, okay, McDaniel. That if they miss the playoffs or are one and done, McDaniel and Greer, and I like McDaniel, but they'll have to be nervous because this team is built to win now, so they can't afford a flop. They can't afford falling into the playoffs and then getting knocked out. They can't afford missing the playoffs. They have to make a statement. They have to have a good season, and they need to win at least one game in order to be safe.
There's no way.
DG, you've been quiet, brother. Do you disagree? Agree? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I do agree with you. Like, I feel like Chris Greer, he been spending all this money because he probably scared that he might lose his job if he don't make it happen. That's what I feel like.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of pressure on him to make sure that we win that Super Bowl. And this year got to be the year. If it's not the year, then I don't know if Chris Greer gonna be in the office for too long.
Yeah, and then that's when that whole kind of recycle thing is, because if you fire Greer and you keep McDaniel, then you hire a new GM and you say, hey, you got to work with McDaniel 1 year, then you fire McDaniel, let the GM hire his new guy. It's kind of the same situation over and over and over again. It's Stephen Ross. And again, I'm thankful for Stephen Ross for the things that the stadium, the money he's put in for the city.
He's committed. He's committed.
But that's his MO, right? He keeps a guy longer than he's supposed to. He fires a guy. Then, it's kind of like, it's always a rotating thing. Instead of just saying, let me just blow it all up. Let me hire a football operations director or a general manager. Let him hire his coach and let's start fresh. It's always like, hey, it's not really McDaniel's fault. Let me go ahead and fire Greer and let some know the guy. So that's the thing. But anyway, let's not get it hard. We all think Miami's going to have a good season. Yes. I think people saying that Miami's not going to have a good season and then pointing out all the little things, we all know, we're aware of the flaws, but the team is too talented not to do something, not to be in the cusp of it. I believe it's not between the Jets and the Bills. It's between the Dolphins and the Bills for the AFC East. Not sleeping on the Jets, but I ain't worried about the Jets. So let's talk about the 53-man roster, okay? And if forgive me, guys, remember, this is East 10th Street Boys, straight out of Hialeah. It's a laid-back environment. You might hear the baby crying in the background. Everything's okay. She's just spoiled. I told the wife already, kind of nudge, but nope, not working. Just throwing it out there.
If you're listening, Tati.
If you're listening,
get your house in order.
I mean, jeez, Lou. Anyway, let me see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything from the guys in the comments. All the crap people give Greer about contracts, yet no holdouts. That's more on the players, Scotty. That's on the players.
And Drew
yeah, well. That's more on the players.
But they're working together.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and talking about freak injuries, did you see the Himes injury?
Yeah.
The jet ski? That's insane, bro.
That sucks, dude.
That is insane. Because usually, I know we already saw the first one. It was from Detroit, the first non-contact injury. But when I read the Himes injury, he's out for the year, I'm like, what happened to him? And then I see it's a jet ski accident. I'm like, holy shit. And someone just ran into him. He was just there. And someone literally just ran into him. I'm like, those are the things you can't control. You see? That's something like you're just enjoying your weekend, you're hanging out, and something like that happens, and your season is done. So it can happen to any team. It can happen to anybody. But
anybody, it's messed up. And Josh Wingate in the comments, he was just airing live with Beer and Sport. It was he was they had a great show, and I heard I didn't get to see the last part of it because I did come on to Dolphins Thirsty before I got ready for mine. And Tati was the one who told me they were debating Tua for MVP, him and Kimmel. So I got to tune back in and see what they're talking about and what the debate was.
I with this offense, the one that's going to benefit the most, Tua has the most options, man. Yeah. So if he stays healthy, he has a chance. He
definitely do.
Yeah. Any quarterback does if you got this type of talent. You have a chance to be MVP. Yes.
Not Daniel Jones.
Oh, Jesus, Alex.
Nah.
All right. So let's talk about 53-man roster, okay? Let me go ahead. I'm going to put my offense up on there, guys. And I'll go player by position. You guys let me know what you think. And interrupt as you go. Don't Alex will interrupt either way. I'm just telling DG because it's his first time. But quarterbacks, I think they'll keep all three quarterbacks. Skylar Thompson, Mike White will make the roster. I know the guys were just talking about it on Dolphins Thursday about who the backup should be. I think it's Skylar Thompson who I'm comfortable being the backup right now, but we'll see how the camp plays out. But I think the Dolphins keep three quarterbacks, especially with the new rule where three active quarterbacks could be on the roster on game day. Alex, you think they keep three quarterbacks?
I think so.
Okay. Any disagreement there, DG?
We have no choice.
Yeah,
we seen what happened to the 49ers last year.
Yeah.
Running backs. Look, this is Dalvin Cook. We don't know what's going to happen with that. But for right now, running backs, I'm keeping four running backs. Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, A-Chain, and Salvin Ahmed. Ahmed over Gaskin because of his familiarity with McDaniel's offense with the 49ers for Ahmed. He gets the spot over Myles Gaskin, who could be traded. Wide receivers. I have 6 wide receivers: Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Robbie Chosen or Chosen Anderson, which one you want to take. Cedric Wilson, Barrios, who Big E believes could be our third wide receiver, a slot receiver with Russ Welker as coach.
I can see that.
And River Craycraft. I have Easy E on the practice squad. I have Craycraft, again, familiarity. I was impressed with how he did last year. And it was hard for me to decide between those two, but I have Craycraft. Maybe Cedric Wilson gets traded and then Easy E ends up being a part of that unit. But right now it's Craycraft. DG, do you think who do you think? Do you think Easy E gets us on the starting roster, or do you think he could be a practice squad type player this season?
I feel like Easy E will probably make the roster. River Craycraft. I feel like they brought Braxton Berrios in to take River Craycraft place.
I agree, 100%.
And on top of that, we had Cedric Wilson on special teams last year, so we need that special team person. So Braxton Berrios could fill in those two roles, And Eric Izukama, he could just be on the roster this year since he wasn't on it last year. And he could provide that big body receiver that we really need. You know, Cedric Wilson, he's a big body receiver, but he just doesn't play like it. But Eric Izukama, he plays with that oomph. You know what I'm talking about? That running back style. Like, you know, he's gonna get those yards after the catch. So I feel like Eric Izukama has a chance to make the roster.
Alex, you agree?
With that 100%. And one thing about the running backs, I believe Ahmed is probably going to be traded as well, if anything. I know some injuries happen, but I do believe Dalvin Cook ends up. And you got, I don't know if Wilson will be traded. But
well, yeah, this is without Dalvin Cook now, the current roster.
I'm looking forward to a chain. I love a chain. I want to see him in this offense.
Everybody is very hyped on A-Chain right now. Tight end fullbacks. We were talking about that as well. But of course, I have Smythe, Alec Ingold as our fullback, Smythe as our starter, but more for blocking. Tyler Croft, I have as our most productive tight end. That's my prediction for this year as a receiver. Eric Subair, and then Tanner Connor. Okay, Elijah Higgins is he's somebody that the Dolphins drafted as a receiver, or excuse me, he was a receiver. They drafted him as a tight end, but I could see him as on the practice squad. What do you guys think about the tight end fullback room? Alex,
I think Higgins makes it, man.
DG,
I think he makes it.
Oh, me?
Yes, sir.
I believe, like, I do agree with your list. You know, with Elijah Higgins, I do want him to make the team, but I think he offers the same skill set as Tanner Connor.
Yes.
And Tanner Connor, he been here since last year, so we got Elijah Higgins with the sixth round pick, right? Yeah,
yes,
so
sir.
I feel like since we drafted him with that pick, I feel like the coach is not really taking him serious. You know, if he ends up being something, okay, you know, if they really wanted a tight end, they would just get somebody who played tight end their whole career. No, you get what I'm trying to say? But
yeah,
Elijah Higgins, he was playing receiver, tight end, all that. So he's more so of like a project that the coaches think they could turn him into something. But if he doesn't really work out, then I feel like they're comfortable with Tanner Connor, and we all hoping that he did something this offseason. He worked out. He eat his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, all that. He got bigger. So that's what we hoping on. And I think he could offer that for real.
There you go. And offensive lineman. Look, that's the offensive line. It's the most important part of our offense. The truth is, I mean, yeah, we quarterback, receivers, we know where the bread and butter is. But if our offensive line struggles, which it's always a question mark, it's always a concern with us, Miami's offense can't do much. Armstead, Austin Jackson, Isaiah Wynn, Kendall Lamb, Cedric Agbui. I might be butchering that. I'm good at butchering names. Those are our Those are our not starting tackles, but are tackles on the roster. Interior linemen, Alex. I have Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, Eichenberg, Robert Jones, and Dan Feeney. My starters so far for the Miami's offense, guys, is obviously Terran Armstead at left tackle.
Yeah.
Dan Feeney at left guard. Connor Williams at center. Hunt at right guard. And Austin Jackson at right tackle. Alex, looking at these offensive linemen, is there anybody I'm missing, or are you pretty comfortable with this lineup?
I'm comfortable with the lineup. Obviously,
and DG, you can follow up. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with this lineup. I do expect DG. I was telling Bobby for a while. I'm like, I see growth. And what I finally saw that Austin Jackson took his training to heart this offseason. He's been in the best shape of his life. I know last year we never really got to see a development because he got hurt. But even Armstead seems to be in the best shape of his life as well. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be more productive in regards to injury prevention, longevity. And he's going to lead him. But I am counting this whole O-line. I'm counting, especially since it's Tua's blind side. And obviously Tua's training and all that as well, falling, whatever he had to do to strengthen the next strengthening exercise. We're going to see it live. But I do think the biggest step here is Austin Jackson. He can change this line completely.
Yeah, we all hoping that he turns out to be that person that we drafted in the first round. You know what I'm trying to say? And the first game this year, we played the Chargers. They got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. So either side, we're gonna be in trouble. I'm not worried about Teron Armstead. He chilling. But on the other side, I'm hoping Austin Jackson could hold up against Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa. I'm not too confident in that, but if he can, then we already know by the first game we're gonna know if Austin Jackson gonna be real or not. To be honest.
No, great points. Great points. And let me just say, everyone, Moya, Moya says, my wife just asked me if I heard a baby crying. Yes. What I did was I ended up, while the guys were talking, I muted myself very quick, opened my door here, and ended up having to give my cell phone with videos playing for her. And she got very happy, stopped crying. She wanted to play with her brother and sister, but they closed her out of the room. Oh, okay. So, my hallway house is not. So I just gave it. Now she's all excited. She's sitting down quietly. So Dad had to do the rescue. So I apologize, guys.
Man. So that's that life, bro. I don't apologize.
It's all good. So the offense in general, guys, I know Craycraft was the outlier, and we believe Eazy-E could take that spot because Craycraft, DG says, Barrios was signed to replace Craycraft. Mm-hmm. But other than that, and Elijah Higgins, which again, I would love Elijah Higgins to get a spot. I'm excited about seeing him in preseason, but I think he's going to need a year. So that's why I think he takes a practice squad spot. But other than that, we're pretty good with this.
100%.
All right.
It's funny when I see the wide receiver core, Bob. Now again, every facet is kind of covered because you said you have all the you have short field, midfield, and long range. So
you got size. You
have everything.
I think I know when we signed Chosen Anderson, it really is. A lot of people thought of it as a camp body. And again, it could be Robbie Chosen. Forgive me if he ever does see this and he's like, that's not me. But if Chosen Anderson, I think he could benefit playing with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle because they could be double covered, triple teamed, and he's going to be open, short, long. He's tall, he's fast. I mean, he fits perfectly with these guys, and I could see him taking advantage of that and maybe having almost a career year for himself.
Yeah,
with this team, and I'm not trying to overhype or just because he's wearing a Dolphins helmet, but I believe he could have that potential because he was a number one at one point, so he could have that potential with this squad. So I'm excited about seeing what we could get with him with this receiver room. Defense, Vic Fangio, we know we got him. There are some question marks on defense, but when I was doing this, I really liked what I saw with our defense, and we'll go.
I know it hit you. It hit you when you see this lined up, man.
Oh, dude. So defensive line, I have Emmanuel Akpa, Christian Wilkins, Zach Steeler, Raquan Davis.
Christ.
I'd still like a true nose tackle as a depth piece here, DG. But I'm comfortable with this defensive line. What do you think about our defensive line?
Oh, yeah, I do agree with what you put there. Emmanuel Ogba, I think he's going to get some snaps at the 3 technique.
Yes,
since we so thin at the defensive tackle position, so I agree with that. I do feel like we need one more person because we do have that UDFA, Peely.
That's true.
He might make the team, but I'm not putting no faith into him. If we bring in somebody good, if not, then I'm okay with the defensive line right now.
And you're absolutely right. And Brandon Peely, I think he played for Southern Cal. I'm excited about seeing him in preseason. Another one of those guys. I have him making our practice squad, and I hope that does go. And maybe he could make the roster. I'd be happy with it. And you know what though? When you said something that intrigues me, man, with Akpa, I'd love to see him play some of that 3 technique. With what we have on our edge rushers, imagine all those guys on that line and him playing. Teams would understand it because he doesn't usually play it. So it might offer a big opportunity for our defense. Fangio is going to have fun with that. Alex, do you have anything to add with the defensive line?
No, I'm just counting on Ogbar coming back healthy. I know he had a down year last year. Obviously, health-wise was a concern. He got hurt. But I just saw the list, and I'm just salivating in the secondary here, cornerbacks and safeties. So I'll just wait. I wouldn't let's get there.
Outside linebackers, man, Jalen Phillips. I expect him to have a career year. If he doesn't, I'm not going to hate on him, but I do expect him to have a career year. He's been trending up each and every year's career. He's in the best shape. Bradley Chubb, I expect to have a very good year, but Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Andrew Van Ginkel, who was supposed to go to another team. He was a free agent. Dolphins did not look like they were interested. We hired Fangio. He re-signed with Miami. Malik Reed. Those are our outside linebackers that make the roster. Any thoughts on this, Alex? And then DG, you could follow up.
Okay.
Well, Bob, obviously, Jalen Phillips, the growth, a full season of Bradley Chubb, just when you have, as an offensive line, you look to one side and you see Bradley Chubb, and then you turn and you see the other side, you see Jalen Phillips. It kind of reminds me, Jalen Phillips, I can't help but think of Jason Taylor because he's that athletic freak. And the sky's the limit, man. The sky's the limit for him.
Let me just say, Scotty, you're right. Elijah Campbell's supposed to be practice squad, so you could ignore that. Don't worry about the safety spot. I do all this myself. I usually do it on my phone, the graphics and everything I do for every show. Sometimes I miss something or add something. Alex catches me all the time, so forgive me. All right. Outside linebackers, DG, how you feeling about them, man?
Yeah, I agree with your list. The only other person that comes to my mind is the dude from Mitchell Agood, something like that. Him, I've been hearing some good things about him, but everybody on this list, I don't think he could come in and take their spot. Like Jalen Phillips, we already know he's locked and loaded, number one. Bradley Chubb, he has that connection with Vic Fangio, so he's not going
Mm-hmm.
to
Yep.
take him anywhere. Andrew Van Ginkel, he was about to leave. Fangio, he told him to come back. Malik Reed, he used to play with Vic Fangio with the Broncos. He's not going to release him. So all the spots are pretty much took at outside linebacker, and I like the list right here.
There you go. Inside linebackers, that's where everybody was kind of like, man, we need to get one. And people were hating on Jerome Baker, but he's sticking around. We got David Long out of from Tennessee Titans. When healthy, one of the better linebackers in football. Duke Riley, and then, of course, Channing Tindall I have making the 53-man roster. He played a lot of special teams last year, but not a lot on defense, on live defense. Do you think, DG, do you think that Channing Tindall makes the opening, the 53-man roster this season, or do you think it's maybe a year in a practice squad?
Man, I'm hoping Channing Tindall could be that silent killer. That's what I'm hoping. We ain't hear nothing about him this offseason. He's just chilling, staying quiet, but we already know like what he's capable of. He has the speed, he has the size, he has pretty much everything that you need. But you do notice when he used to play at Georgia, it was Nakobe Dean running the defense. It was never him. So now that he's with the Dolphins, he can't really take that role that he need to take to be a linebacker. We also do have Aubrey Miller from
Aubrey
JSU.
Miller. Yeah, man. Has a
Yeah, but
shot.
yeah, he has a shot. But I like Channing Tindall's speed way better than Aubrey Miller, to be honest. So I don't know if Aubrey Miller could hold. Like, let's say Aubrey Miller played for the Patriots and he was going against us. I'd rather have Channing Tindall in there than Aubrey Miller because ain't no way Aubrey Miller gonna chase down Devon A. Chain. He's not gonna be
I
able to do
got you. That
nothing
makes a
against.
good point. That's a good point.
Yeah,
Good way to look at it.
good way to look at it. And the league is about speed nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Speed, and it's hard to match up with these slot receivers and stuff like that. And I know that Aubrey Miller probably can't handle them unless he did something amazing to the point where he runs a 4.4 now. Then okay, Aubrey Miller, he got that spot, but I doubt that. So I like the list right here. Channing Tindall making the team over Aubrey Miller.
There you go. Moya, man, thank you so much. Go spend time with your wife, brother. We love you, man. God bless. Take it easy, brother. We'll see you next time. Alex, touched on inside linebackers, but let's talk about the position you're salivating over. That's very great imagery. The corners. I've got the final look at it. I do have 6 corners. Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, Cam Smith, Needham, Kohu, Trill Williams. Ibenagany, out. What do you think?
Oh, bro. Well, first and foremost, I love our depth. I think when I see Cam Smith, I think of other 24 a long time ago. I believe it was Sam Smith, if I'm not mistaken, when the pairing with Vontae Davis. So I see the big body corner. You just have, if anything, for example, Ramsey goes down, Xavier goes down. I'm 100% comfortable with Kader Kohu, Cam Smith, Needham coming back from injury. So, and even Trill Williams as well. Like, I think this is one of our deepest positions. Like, I kind of see this as like the wide receiver group in offense, the cornerback position on defense. And then you jump into safety with Holland and Brandon Jones coming back from injury. Like, this right here is where the speed is going to show and the playmaking ability.
There you go. No Igmanagany, DG. Do you think there's any chance he makes the roster to 53? Do you think he's cut? Do you think he's traded? Practice squad?
With Noah, yeah, I don't think he made the team because we drafted him in the first round. Then right after we end up getting Jalen Ramsey, we end up getting Cam Smith, we end up getting Cater Cole, who it's like they disrespecting him at this point. But he can't really do nothing because he hasn't performed. So I don't think Noah's gonna make the team.
There you go. Safeties: Javon Holland, Brandon Jones, Deshaun Elliott, McKinley. Oh, ignore Elijah Campbell, as Scotty would say. All right. I have it 4 safeties. Okay. But Deshaun Elliott, Brandon Jones. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Brandon Jones. I'm interested to see how he's going to look after this year, after he had a year of injury. Do you guys think that plays? Is that about right? You think that's the way it looks for the safeties, those 4 guys? Hey, I could see Ramsey playing some safety this year, or Cam Smith. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying in regards to position, these 4 guys. Am I missing something, DG?
I do like the dude that we just signed, Bruce Thompson.
Okay.
Bruce Thompson. I've been hearing some good stuff about him from practice. So I'm going down to training camp on the 30th of July. So I'm gonna check him out to see if he really does have a shot. Because I feel like he could make the roster. He could take Verone McKinley's spot. I feel like, but
okay.
Elijah Campbell, he's that special team person that you really need out there. He's that special team person, so I like him. Okay. I like him too. So everybody has their own little reason as to why they should get that 4th spot in the safety group.
That's right. And then the specialists, I know they got Matt Turk, drafted free agent, but I think Jake Bailey keeps that. I think Jason Sanders obviously still there, and then Blake Ferguson as our long snapper. So that is my 53-man roster for everyone tuning in. I mean, in the comments, I know Scotty was talking about his. He has his list. He said we were close. But guys, if there anybody on there that you think we're missing, is there anybody that should be making a roster? Aubrey Miller, does he get that last roster spot in the linebackers? It's still early. Things could change, okay? This list will be updated because – as DG has talked about, camp. We got to get through camp. We got to get through preseason. It's really the second week of preseason. We're going, okay, now we got our official 53 prediction. And of course, Dalvin Cook could be traded by then. And then, okay, now we know who's the running back that's going to get cut or traded. I think it's Jeff Wilson in that situation. Wilson is the less cap hit, and you probably get a pick for him. But we'll see as it moves forward. But yeah, let me make sure I'm not missing anybody's stuff here as we get this ball rolling. All right, great chart breakdown. Appreciate that, Cap. Man, all right, so touched on all the sports. Kids are going crazy, killing each other out there. Supposedly, that's what I'm hearing. DG, do you have kids, man? You got a family?
Unfortunately, I do not. I do got family, but I don't have no kids. Man. Y'all probably have kids, but I don't have no kids.
That's okay. Hey, I love.
That's why it's quiet in the household.
That's why it's quiet where you are. I envy you, man. I envy you. But I heard you played football growing up. Where'd you play?
Yeah, I played at a school called Lake Worth in Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County compared to like Broward and Miami-Dade, we don't compete with those guys. Every time one of our teams make it to the playoffs, we always get beat by St. Thomas or Miami Central. Demolished. So yeah,
Miami's I don't really
different animals. So I don't really like bringing up the place where I play at because we were so trash against Miami teams. But Florida breeds talent in general.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
We growing up, was football your sport growing up, or is there another sport that you started off liking and before you became a diehard football fan? DG?
Oh, me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Okay. Me, I always been football. I never played basketball. I wasn't tall enough. I'm 6 foot right now, so if I had to play, I'll have to play point guard. I can't be no point guard. I have no dribbling skills, no nothing. so I can't contribute to that position. The best thing I could probably play is center, but I don't have the height. So that's the whole issue with that. But
play
I did
small ball.
small ball. The only time I play basketball is in LA Fitness. Somebody need an extra person, then that's it. Other than that,
get the runs in. That's cool.
Yeah, get the runs in. That's cardio.
That's how I met him. Alex was grew up playing basketball. Outside. I remember seeing him playing ball in front of his house. He played every night after school. Sun's going down. You hear that damn ball. He's dribbling and playing and playing. Of course, now he coaches it. I played football. Yeah. We love all sports. We played baseball on the street. We played basketball at his house. Played football at the park and at home.
Bro.
We played street hockey. We played street hockey. I sucked, and I still wasn't into hockey back then. But I played at Miami Springs Senior High. I was an edge rusher there. So I love football. My thing I wanted to do before. Just life in general. Before I ended up going to film school with Full Sail in Orlando. That's where I met my wife. But before then, I wanted to go to Central Florida, and I wanted to get into like scouting and be like a general manager. I wanted sports management because I just love draft. I love like team building, and that even goes past football. I love doing that for basketball. Alex knows that. I love just the idea of team building, and just trying to make a winner. But growing up, Alex and I, my thing was football. Alex was basketball, and then every other sport we talked about, but that was our main stuff growing up. So, but yeah, here we talk about let's get through. Since you're here, and we've touched on our lives before, but since you're here, let's talk about you, brother. Okay, let's ask you this: what's your favorite movie? Favorite movie ever?
My favorite movie, I just say Friday.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday. Man. So, did you like all of them, or did just the first Friday?
Next Friday, Friday after next.
Man, it's kind of like I don't know. I like all of them, but it just fades off after the first one.
Of course,
and it gets a little bit worse. So.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
Beats the original. Nothing.
First off,
the original.
no, they're all. I think they're all. I love sitting down and watching those movies. My ribs hurt, watching them when you're laughing so hard.
No more luck darts.
Yeah, right. No more like doors. I don't like doors in my house. But let me just say, that movie turned me on to introduced me to Mike Epps, which was obviously this Friday, and he's one of the funniest dudes. Like that's why I love the original Friday because it's original, and I love that they stayed at the house, and it's one of those cult classics. And then part 2 and 3 are good, or they're fun, but they're not the part 2. But what I love about part 2 and 3 is Mike Epps' chemistry with
Ice
Cube.
Cube.
Yeah. And, you ever seen All About the Benjamins?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that scene when they're on the boat and he tells him jump down off the boat, and he goes, "I'll catch you." And he jumps off the boat. I die, dude. That's good. Okay, so we've touched on those before. We talked about obviously the big thing with movies right now, or just in general, is superheroes. Did you have what's your favorite superhero? Are you a Marvel guy? Are you a DC guy?
I wouldn't. Would you consider that anime?
Anime's cool. That's fine. Yeah. You were into anime growing up?
I was even into anime. Like, the only time I watched anime and all that other stuff was Adult Swim. You guys remember Adult Swim?
Oh yeah, Cartoon Network.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I used to watch that all the time. That's the only time I watched it. But as soon as that stopped airing, I just stopped focusing on it. But I do have like a few heroes I follow. I watch Infinity Wars and all that. So I'm not a bad person, but I like Thanos.
Hey, you like the bad guy? I got you.
I like the bad guy.
Yes.
I feel bad sometimes saying that, but
no, but it's intriguing.
The villains have feelings too, man.
But you see, right there, though, they did such a great job. I think they're kind of dropping the ball at Marvel right now with too many movies, too many stories,
too much content.
Thanos, especially the first one, it wasn't Infinity War. That was which one was that? Wasn't Infinity War the first one? Either one. Yeah, when he ended up killing Gamora, threw her off the thing. His character was so complex. You knew he was the bad guy, but you felt for him. You were like, dang, dude, And so I'm with you. I love that type of character. And Alex is right. even the bad guys, how did they become bad?
Man.
I saw a TikTok.
There's always a story.
I saw a TikTok. That's so true. I saw a TikTok where it's like the villain and the hero have a similar backstory most of the time. Both are orphans, but they're both responding in a different way to being that, to having their situations. And it's true, and it's like it gave me a different perspective. Obviously, I went to film school and I love writing, so that's why I kind of think that way. So great answer, Thanos. So I'm a Batman. I grew up on Batman. Alex was into Catwoman growing up.
Absolutely. She's
understandable.
Fine as hell. Fine as hell.
I'm a Marvel guy, Scotty. There you go. Groot is my guardian. So Scotty's a Marvel guy. My wife is loved the X-Men. I wasn't into X-Men. I wasn't really into Marvel.
Wolverine. I used to love
Wolverine. I was a DC, but yeah, Thanos. I agree with that.
What I love about these superhero movies, and they've hit on a few, is where you humanize them. You put their human side on display, whether good or bad. Because as kids, we really just saw the comics as a superhero. What I love about these movies is now it's a backstory, like why they became who they were, and that's the cool part. But like
I like stories like that better, where you're questioning, like you're like, damn, dude, like absolutely. I actually feel for this bad guy. Like I'm into him. Like I like what his story's about. And you got DG's like kind of feel bad saying this. All right, you're a villain, DG. I got you. Just say it, bro. You're all good. You like the bad guys. It's all right.
Yeah, I'll admit it.
It's good, dude. It's all right. You know, but no, I see it, and I like Thanos, and I really liked his character, and I love the way he was portrayed in that story. Thanos was misunderstood. He was trying to save life ultimately. Yeah, part one he was. Part two, and then he was like, oh screw it, I'm blowing everybody up. So, but yeah, I agree with that. It's good. It's cool, dude. And you think of it like, you know, they all have this reason for being the way they're being. They're not just, you know, unless you're the Joker, you know, wanting to watch the world burn, you know. But a lot of these villains, they're doing it for some reason. Whether it's, I got to save my, you know, Dark. Did anybody watch The Flash?
I haven't seen it.
You have seen The Flash,
but you can say you're gonna.
But I'll just say it like this. Reverse Flash, or even Zod, right? Zod, who was the main villain, he was in Man of Steel. Zod, yeah, he's the bad guy in Man of Steel, but why was he doing what he was doing? It was ultimately to have a new world for his people. He wanted to his world got destroyed, so he was trying to find a new world. So he had to destroy Earth, get Superman, whatever, and make a new world. You know, I get it. Flash, awesome movie. Not trying to spoil it for everybody, spoiler alert, but the main villain or the secret villain in there is Reverse Flash. And what is he trying to do? Yeah, he's messing everything up, but he's not trying to destroy things or do anything. He's really just trying to bring back his mother, and he's just going crazy. And, you know, he's trying to bring back his mom who got murdered. So it's like it's such an interesting dynamic with these superhero villains that you kind of sympathize with them.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a good way to look at it, man. It's a good way to look at it. So, DG, man, how'd you feel? I know this was impromptu. I appreciate you for coming on and going on the comments and hopping onto the show, man. What do you think? Do you think you might come back on another day to join us and talk not just sports, but life in general?
I mean, yeah, of course. I'm really just trying to like network with a lot of people. You know, we're all like a family. At the end of the day, we all do the same thing.
Yes, sir.
You know, so I got no problem with you guys. You know, I would have never met you guys if I wasn't doing this. So I gotta take advantage of it. So,
amen.
You know,
that's a cool perspective, and it's crazy. I always tell Bobby, it's like sports. When you're growing up, obviously you start a friendship, you're into sports, you're hanging out, and 30 years down the line, you start meeting random people, and because you're from the same walks of life, the same team interests you, which is what I always found from forever. Sports unites people. Like you can walk into a stadium with 60,000 people that you've never met before in your life, and by the end of the day, you guys are either crying together, you're hugging, you're sharing a beer, you're gonna go to the post game, you're tailgating in the morning before. So it's a cool combination to have, even if we've never seen each other, we don't know each other. You're connected by a commonality, which is a fandom, which is super cool. Bro.
It's so true, though. I mean, you know, ever since I started doing this, DG, and I started my network with FinTalk Sports Network, and you met Steve and Rob, and
he has friends now. Friends now.
Oh, fucking Alex. But what's cool is that, you know, Rob lives in Florida. Of course, I'm currently in Tennessee. Alex, I already knew. So he doesn't really matter.
Are you the only one that doesn't live in Florida, Bob?
No,
you need to come back. Just come back.
I know. I'm thinking.
I just noticed every Dolphin show, you're the only one that doesn't live in Florida.
That's wrong. Steve lives in Texas. Evan lives in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Steve
Hank was in
Texas.
Yes. Mike Brown's in Texas. Alex Brown is in Texas.
Yeah, but they don't do Dolphin show. I mean,
but I'm talking about the Finstock Sports Network, Alex.
Yeah.
Alex only does one show, so he's kind of like half in, half out. Brett is in Delaware. Wingate's in Delaware. Kimmel's in Tampa.
Dave's in Georgia.
Dave's in Georgia. But anyway, my point is, since doing this in general, and Cap, man, I appreciate you, brother. God bless you, man. But since doing this, DG, I've met people that I never would have met, now that I consider friends. And, I always say, my brother, God bless you, hope you're doing well. Hey, you need me on your show or that. If they're a part of the network, we're in touch all the time. So I'm with you, dude. And this is awesome. I'm so happy that I finally got a chance to officially meet you through this, hopefully, and we'll meet in life at one of the games or something. But yeah, dude, whenever you got your show going, if you need a guest, let me know, or let Alex, or you're more than welcome to hop back on whenever you're on the comments and we're pissing you off or making you laugh and you want to get in on this conversation. Come on board, brother. We appreciate you, man.
Okay, yeah. You guys just have to send me your Twitters, your Instagrams, and all that, so it could be easier for me to get in contact with you guys, pretty much.
Absolutely. I'll send you another. I think you and I are connected, but I will send you a follow-up. Well, I sent you a link earlier too. So, but everybody can find you at DG Live with 2 E's. Is that right on Twitter?
Yeah, 2 E's. Instagram as well, and on YouTube. All the same thing.
There you go. Do you air every other day or once a week?
I do not do the live streaming thing.
Okay.
I don't have the equipment yet. I'm working towards it, but right now I'm working with what I got right now. So
hey, keep doing what you do, bro. Keep doing what you do.
So let me tell you, like I was saying earlier, I do mostly everything for the channel, everything, the graphics, the intros, the outros, whatever. If you need any help whatsoever, graphics, whatever your advice, hit me up. We'll connect, and I'm more than happy to help you in any way I can, brother. All right.
No problem.
Alex, I would say I know it's the Cuban goodbye, but any final words before we wrap it up?
I had the Cuban entrance, so I'm not going to keep a Cuban goodbye, man. I was just going to say, DG, it was a pleasure to meet you, man. And obviously, when Bobby started all this, I've been coaching. Obviously, you got little time, but the time I do have, I love to just hang out and talk about what I love, which is basketball, my friends, and unites. And if you're doing it for the right reasons, you're always going to have fun. A lot of people don't even have an escape. They don't have something to share with. And a lot of times that even growing up, you're frustrated because you have so many things you want to share, but you don't have a medium to share. And now everybody has the opportunity to do so. And we're going to disagree. We're going to agree. But I love it, man. It was good to meet you. Good luck with everything that you're doing. And you always have a family in us here, okay?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all so much for the kind words today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. Hey, guys, again, everybody for tuning in. Oh, yeah, okay. Everybody for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cap, Scotty, Steve Malloy. Make sure I don't want to miss anybody, and I apologize if I do.
We got to come with a nickname for you. So whenever you come back,
Moya.
you gotta have an in quotation nickname. So think about one. If you got one, let us know, and we'll go.
Well, poor guy. I don't know how people. Maybe because they're old, and I God love them. But Rob and Steve, this poor guy. I was watching him on their show, and then even this one here. It's DG. It's not. They go, hey DJ. I'm like, stop saying DJ. God,
it's a G, bro. It's not a J. It's a G, man.
No, but they're the sweetest guys. Rob is one of the best dudes on YouTube of Dolphins Thirsty. And again, guys, if you haven't gone to him yet, if you're thirsty for Dolphins content, check out DolphinsThirsty.com. Go check out his YouTube page, Dolphins Chatter. He was on tonight. He had a night show. I think it went really well. I went on there. That's where I officially met DG and Paul and Hank was on there. So we had a great show. It was fun. And of course here. So Wingate, everyone tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Smash that like and subscribe button. Get that cafecito. Drink some coffee con leche.
Boom.
You know?
Oh, do you like Cuban coffee? Do you have you?
Of course.
Oh.
You know, I'm Haitian. So
okay, there you go.
Wait a second. We share the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Sure.
so y'all be
man.
eating my
man.
Y'all be eating the coffee with bread, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Is that a Haitian Uncle morning, the breakfast? Coffee and bread? Oh man, that is so cool.
Oh, hell no. I can't believe we missed that. Here's the Cuban goodbye. Yeah. We thought we were leaving. We just found out something new. Oh, hell no. Yeah, dude, how did we miss that? Here. That's so cool.
Yeah,
dude.
My bad.
No,
I should have mentioned that before.
It is your fault. I blame you. No, I'm just kidding.
I gotta get you, man, out of the whole Haitian community. Obviously, we have a neighborhood here called Little Haiti in Miami. But it's funny. My wife's Dominican, so everybody. Well, Bobby obviously, his wife's Puerto Rican. But if you notice, they all share the commonality where it's the amicable, the homey feel, the family environment. That's what it kind of unites us all because we're all the same way. We come from different backgrounds, different education, or different ways of life, but everybody has a family-oriented from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Cuba, and it's crazy how we could be short distance apart, and we can move, and still we have our traditions everywhere we go. Yeah, that's the cool thing, man. That's the cool thing.
Oh, man, that's really cool, man. See, now we definitely have to have you back on here, talk about coffee.
For sure.
That's what we talk about on. We didn't do it tonight because we had that going on. But we usually, man, we're talking about movies. We're talking about desserts. We talked about cereal for like 45 minutes last week. You know, so definitely want to have you back on, brother.
Oreo nights, bro. We forgot. We got to do this Oreo night, man. Remember?
Oreo night.
Oreo night.
Milk. Yeah,
he wants to eat Oreos live on the show as we're talking.
Yeah, for sure. Because he likes obviously a regular Oreo with just white milk, and I like chocolate milk with the white Oreos. I like to do it opposite, just because it tastes good.
They both sound good to me. They both sound good.
So there you go. Hey, maybe you need to get in on that, brother. Maybe you gotta come back and enjoy Oreo night with us.
Some milk, and we're good to go.
There you go.
No problem.
It is late night. Like, what's my milk and cookies?
Oh, man. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. DG, thank you for being here, brother. Alex, love you, man. I'll talk to you in a second. Later, guys. Like, subscribe. If you're a Dolphins fan, fins up. See you next time.